miles to the north, we'd be getting absolutely drenched right now.
100%. The umpires were out, and now they have returned, and here come the Phillies. So we're going to start this game as is.
All right.
This is shocking. Gives us time to tell you that tire discounters I'll find it in a minute. Round Tripper Home Run Promotion offers Braves fan savings on select good sets of Goodyear and Cooper tires, plus free alignment and free oil change with any 4-tire purchase. Learn more at tirediscounters.com/Braves. Defensively for the Phillies, right to left in the outfield, Garcia, Crawford, and Marsh. First to third, it's Harper, Stott, Turner, and Bohm. Marchand doing the catching. And on the mound, young right-hander Lance Painter, 23 years old, 6'7", 215, born in Pompano Beach, Florida, finished high school in the Fort Lauderdale area. He was the number 1 pick of the Phillies just 4 years ago. They had to wait on him an extra year because of Tommy John surgery, but he recovered from that last year and now has returned to has come to the rotation. He's 1-0, 3.77 ERA, mid to upper 90s fastball, slider, curveball, split finger, and a sweeper. That slider is his second favorite pitch, so we'll see a lot of those. Lefties hitting 222, right-handers 199 points higher at 421. But he's ready to go. I guess we are too then. That means here's Ben Ingram.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Braves and the Phillies, final game of this series. And the Braves looking for a sweep. They've not had a sweep here in a series of 3 games or more since 2016. And looking to accomplish that tonight versus this young right-hander, Andrew Painter. Climbing in Ronald Acuna. He's ready, so is the right-hander Painter. Final game of the series. And now for the ball game. First pitch misses high and outside. Starting up at 7:22 Eastern, 6:22 Central. And they're telling us 54 degrees. Feels a lot cooler than that. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna. And Ronald strikes it high in the air, right side of the infield. Harper is calling off everyone. Shuffling next to the bag, makes the catch and 1 down. Time of the first pitch brought to you by Schumann Farms. Real sweet brand Vidalia onions from Schumann Farms are returning soon to a store near you. So 1 down here in the top of the first inning. Braves taking the field wearing their traveling gray uniforms. Gray tops, gray pants, red lettering, red numerals. Outlined in navy. Atlanta across the chest on top of the tomahawk. Here's the pitch on the way from Painter. And Drake Baldwin takes a called strike. Phillies wearing their home white uniforms, tops and pants with the red pinstripes, red lettering, red numerals, and Phillies across the chest in cursive. 6'7" Andrew Painter brings the 0-1, and Baldwin fights it off foul up into the upper deck along the third baseline. Drake with an 0-2 count into this game tonight, 3 for 10 in this series. Painter looking right over the top of a black glove that he has fanned out in front of his face. 0-2 pitch. Missed high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. For Painter, the number 2 prospect in their organization. He hasn't allowed a homer this year. Braves would love to change that tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Painter. And Baldwin takes the ball low and inside. Interestingly enough, he has 3 appearances this year, 2 starts. And you say, okay, I thought he was going to be a starter. Did they use him in relief? Well, they did, but not for reasons that you would think. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Drake Baldwin takes the ball low and inside. In his last start versus Arizona, he was supposed to get the start, woke up with a really bad migraine. And they said, okay, well, you're not going to be ready to go, but you'll be ready at some point in this game. And he was, and he pitched innings 3 through 7. Got a no decision in a game versus the Diamondbacks. 3-2 pitch. Baldwin pops it back and foul into the seats along the third baseline. Also, folks, want to remind you to cash in on the baseball action with Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy sports partner of the Atlanta Braves. Download Prize Picks, use code BRAVES, get $50 in lineups when you play $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. Payoff pitch on the way to Baldwin, and he swings and misses at strike 3. That time used a 98-mile-an-hour sinker. And that's probably the pitch that he throws the third amount behind the fastball and the slider.
Yeah, he's got a good arm. The Phillies are thrilled that he came back from his Tommy John surgery completely healthy, but that goes with his age. He just turned 23 last week.
Now this rookie facing Matt Olson. Olson takes the ball a little bit low and outside. So this rookie with one win in his big league career. He's facing the Braves for the first time in the regular season. 1-0 to Olson. Missed barely with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes on Matt Olson. The Braves did see Painter this spring. Saw him in Clearwater. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. Olson takes a ball outside. Difference is a lot of these regulars in the lineup tonight weren't playing in that game. So for a lot of them, this is the first time they've seen Painter. .3-0 pitch. And that's taken for a called strike. That game was about a month ago, and if there are players who did see him that day, has too much time passed, or you think they'd remember what they saw that day?
Not much, no.
3-1. Olson smashes it foul on the right field line on a 3-2 count. The wind is absolutely whipping in, folks. I mean, it's coming in over the left center field wall, blowing right at the right field line at about 20 miles an hour. You hear that? Pretty strong zephyr, wouldn't you say? There's the 3-2 pitch on the way to Matt Olson. And Olson strikes it well but foul. In the seats down the left field line, still 3-2.
I mean, I've never seen such an accurate call as to let it rain and not pull the tarp, knowing it was going to stop. That was spot on.
3-2 to Olson. And lifted towards left down the line. Coming in Marsh. Going out now is Bohm. And in foul ground next to the tarp, he makes the catch. So it's a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. We head to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing, and the Phillies coming up when we come back. Today. In the outfield, Mike Yastrzemski in left field. Michael Harris in center. Ronald Acuna out there in right field. The catcher is Drake Baldwin. And the pitcher is Grant Holmes. Holmes, the 30-year-old righty from Conway, South Carolina. 6 feet tall, 226 pounds, and making his 5th start of the season. He's 1-1 with a 3.32 ERA. And his first pitch of the night is a fastball up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. That was a sinker that time out of Holmes. And he's got the sinker, but he throws primarily sliders and fastballs. More sliders than anything. 1-0 pitch on the way to Trey Turner. Inside, just about hit him. Slider that didn't quite cut back the way that he thought it might in a 2-0 count. Holmes should have plenty of fuel in the tank. Only 59 pitches in his last start. That was versus the Marlins on the 13th. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Called strike there. His first strike of the game. Fastball 95. Went 4 innings in that game, but ran into some trouble. Had a couple of walks, some deep counts, and got a no decision in that game. Braves have gone 2-2 in the 4 starts that he has made. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Turner's going to line one in the right field, a base hit. Able to slice it just over Matt Olson's head, and it's a leadoff single for Trey Turner. Runner aboard for Kyle Schwarber. For Holmes in this game, couple things that you're certainly concerned with. Number one, the walks. 10 walks this year in 21 2/3 of an inning. And then number two, how does he fare versus these left-handed batters? Braves have been so heavy with lefty pitching this series, and that's neutralized these strong lefty bats. There's a called strike, but now it's the righty out there for the Braves.
So much so that the top 2 guys in the order, Turner and Schwarber, have gone 3 for 16 in this series.
Now time called by Schwarber. No score, bottom of the first inning. Very cool and windy night here in Philadelphia. Temperature will drop into the 40s this evening. Feels like it already has. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way from Holmes. And a bouncer foul off of his foot. He's going to go hobbling around in pain. And an 0-2 count. For Grant Holmes, he's pitched on this mound before, but never as a starter. He's pitched an inning and 2/3 in relief here. He's 1-1 in his career versus the Phillies. 4 appearances, 1 start, and a pretty impressive 1.17 ERA against them, but most of that in relief.
Schwarber wears a shin guard that kind of splits over the top of his foot and his shoe, but that missed the shin guard and landed right on his instep.
Ouch. Well, he's back in there with a tender foot. 0-2 on Kyle Schwarber. Turner good lead at first. Pitch on the way, and that missed low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I fully expect Turner and anyone else that gets on tonight to be aggressive on the bases, trying to generate something on offense for the Phillies.
He has 2 steals this year, does Turner. Good lead right now. Pickoff over to first base and back into with a dive Turner. Yeah, they're at the point now, Joe, where they're willing to try about anything just to get something going offensively.
Well, he's a proven base stealer, and they've got other speed, too. Crawford at the bottom of the lineup is another one, but I expect them to challenge the Braves in that department.
1-2 from Holmes. Pulled foul on the right field line. Phillies have dropped 4 straight games here at Citizens Bank Park. The last time they lost 5 games in a row at home was July turning August of 2024. And they have been outscored 33-7 in this 4-game losing streak. That is not like this bunch. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Holmes. In the air to deep right field. Acuña's going to go back. Acuña's to the wall, and that's into the front row for a 2-run home run. And with 1 swing of the stick, the Phillies have scored more runs in the first inning tonight than they had scored in the previous 18 innings of this series, and it's 2-0 Phillies. For Schwarber, his 7th home run of the season. And now here comes Walt Weiss. He wants to chat with DJ Rayburn and get him to chat with James Hoy, the crew chief, on this. There was a fan in the first row who looked like he might have reached over the top of the wall to interfere with it. And the Braves want to have them take a peek at this. I haven't seen a replay, just what we saw in real time.
Yeah, I kept waiting for Ronald to get the ball back in quickly, and he didn't. And I couldn't understand why, if he thought at first when he threw his hands in the air, if there'd been interference.
Well, the wall out there is 13 feet high, so obviously wasn't going to make a catch. But did the fan reach out over the top of the wall and keep it from hitting the top of the wall and coming back into play? This looks like a home run to me, to be quite honest. Seeing the replay, it wasn't like the fan was leaning over that railing and reaching out below the top of the fence.
If it hits that blue sign, is it still in play?
That is in play.
Okay, well then that guy reached over the blue signage and then it dropped over the field, onto the field. It did not land in the seats.
It hits the fan in the right forearm and then landed on the top of the wall, that railing, and then back out onto the field of play.
Review, the call on the field stands, home run.
Call does stand, it is a home run. It looked like from about mid-forearm to the end of the fingertips was over the top of the wall, and it looked like it hit him right in the forearm. And then onto the top of that railing, back onto the field of play. So they review this, and it is a 2-run home run. 2-0 Phillies. Here comes Bryce Harper. Harper swings viciously, missed every stitch of that first pitch slider. Harper 3 for 8 in the series. 0-1 pitch on the way from Holmes. That's low and inside. Home run by Schwarber, 381 feet, and came off his bat at 107 miles an hour. A ball and a strike on Harper. Pitch all the way from Grant Holmes, misses high, 2 balls and a strike. Entering the action tonight, first time the Phillies have stood 4 games under 500 since June of 2023. And trying to snap a 4-game losing streak tonight. 2-1 to Harper, misses low and in. So 3 balls and a strike now on Bryce Harper.
I don't know if Grant is having a little trouble with the grip. He keeps blowing on his hands. He's wiping his hands on his pants. But after the rain, I don't know if there's a grip issue going on here or not. Painter did not have a problem.
3-1 pitch sent foul into the seats of the third deck. I can't imagine it's an easy night to really feel those seams and feel the ball. I mean, it's so windy down there. Like we mentioned, it's very chilly. Grip could be an issue. I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. The 3-2. And Harper takes ball 4. Here comes Jeremy Hefner, Braves pitching coach.
It's the 3rd overall at bat that Harper's ever had against Grant Holmes. He's walked all 3 times.
Inning will continue for Adolis Garcia. No one out. It's gone single, homer, walk. And after that visit to the mound, hopefully Grant's able to get back on track, get some outs, maybe get a ground ball in turn 2. For Holmes, he's allowed 3 home runs this season. That was the 3rd just a moment ago off the bat of Schwarber. First pitch to Garcia, and a called strike there. Most of the fans who are under the overhangs have made their way back down the aisles into their seats. And the 0-1 pitch, a little bit off the plate, 1-1. Everybody in hoodies and jackets and blankets and whatever else they can put on tonight. Try to stay warm. Meanwhile, Grant Holmes comes set right at the hip. 2-0 Phillies in the first. 1-1 pitch and a ball low and a 2-1 count. So 18 pitches thus far for Holmes. 9 balls, 9 strikes. Trying to find a rhythm against the Phillies here in the bottom of the first inning. Garcia 0 for 5 in the series, has a walk. 2-1, a reach and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's got a good fastball tonight. That was 96. He's hit 95 a couple of times, and maybe Hefner was recommended he use it a little more.
Well, time called by Garcia. Two, and he struck him out. That time able to go to the slider away. First strikeout of the game, and that is our Gas South bringing the Heat strikeout. Just like Grant Holmes, Gas South bringing the Heat with no deposits, no hidden fees, and simple natural gas rates. So one away. Climbing in now, Brandon Marsh, who's batting fifth in the order tonight. Marsh 0 for 2 in the series, left-handed batter. First pitch from Holmes. Good pitch. Right at him with a first pitch fastball for a strike.
This is like the hair club for men fantasy camp right here.
Yeah, these guys haven't seen a barber since the Obama administration. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Brandon Marsh. Line foul into the screen above the Braves dugout. I mean, maybe the two longest haircuts, you might say, in the division. Both have their hair down past their shoulders. No balls and 2 strikes on Brandon Marsh. 2-0 Phillies on the homer by Kyle Schwarber. 0-2 pitch, high and outside, 1-2. Right now, the sky overhead about 9 different shades of purple and blue. I mean, we have all sorts of clouds, different colors over the top of the ballpark right now. 1-2 pitch. That swung on and tipped into the middle of Drake Baldwin. Back-to-back strikeouts for Holmes. 2 down here in the first inning. Two down for Alec Bohm. Bohm 1 for 7 in this series. You're just now tuning in. Kyle Schwarber with his 7th home run of the season. A 2-run shot a moment ago. Ball high and outside of Bohm. 1 ball, no strikes. Bryce Harper extends the lead at first, held by Matt Olson. And the 1-0 pitch. This time with a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Over Grant just fighting that command, trying to find some consistency. Up to 26 pitches here in the first inning. The 2-0 pitch. Popped up just back of first. Matt Olson looking up. And into foul territory, makes the catch for the 3rd out. But the Phillies on the board first. A 2-run homer by Kyle Schwarber. We go to the top of the 2nd. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. our contestant, Keith Campbell. Here's Austin Riley. Been a great series for Austin. 4 for 10, couple of homers. First pitch from Painter, and there's a high strike. Painter showing him that fastball coming in there at 96. 6'7" right-hander. Compact delivery, 0-1 pitch on the way, and he hits Austin in the hand. And let's hope that Austin's all right. He immediately takes off that protector and shin guard, and he's going to head down to first base. I believe that means he's all right, but we've seen Austin hit in the hand too many times over the course of his career. Looked like maybe the elbow and the elbow guard.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Number 1, second baseman.
Maybe left knuckles.
Yeah, forearm and wrist.
So Riley is at first. And now Ozzie Albies the batter. 2-0 Phillies on the homer by Kyle Schwarber. Now Andrew Painter out of the stretch. Pitch on the way to Ozzie. And a called strike 0-1. Ozzie batting .280. 4 homers this season. A couple of hits in this series. Batting from the left side against the big, tall righty Painter. Third baseman Bohm off the line at third, but right on the grass. There's a ball high. And a 1-1 count. Something that both of these pitchers have in common, they both committed to play collegiately at the University of Florida, what were first-round draft picks, and signed with the teams that drafted them. There's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. Ozzie swings and misses. Painter was taken 13th overall in 2021 by the Phillies and signed with Philadelphia over playing for the Gators. And then 22nd overall in 2014, Holmes was drafted by the Dodgers and signed with them over Florida. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Pulled foul down the right field line. And a 1-2 count on Ozzie Albies. One-two pitch. Ozzie fouls it off his foot. That sends him down on all fours in pain. Well, he crawls up to his feet, basically, and walks around outside the batter's circle, so he's got a lot of pain to work his way out of that right leg.
That one got him on the calf, right on the edge of his shin guard.
I mean, you go through all that work just to put on the shin guard and make sure you're all covered up, and that foul ball still finds the open place on the leg. Ozzie's got to be thinking, these aren't big targets we're working with here. I'm trying to cover up the whole thing.
Well, Schwarber did this in the first inning and then hit a homer. Let's see what Ozzie does.
Painter's 1-2. Ozzie takes a high strike. That'll be challenged.
That was a late call.
Home plate umpire D.J. Rayburn waiting for the ABS review. Video board in left field says that is very much a ball. That's not even close. What was DJ looking at there? That missed by 3 inches. Ozzie's got to remind him, hey, I'm 5'7".
Yeah.
That might have been high to Matt Olson. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back our way, just to our left. 2-0 Phillies, top of the second. Boy, the sky overhead pretty much split in half. That big front that came through, moving to our right down the right field line. Everything to the left field line clears a bell down there. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, they appeal, strike 3. Curveball got him. Second strikeout by Painter. Good battle by Ozzie, but goes down on that curveball.
And they did go. And it is sprinkling a little bit here.
One down for Mike Yastrzemski. He'll take a fastball high. 1 ball and no strikes. Yastrzemski 1 for 3 in the series. We saw him in game 1. Had that first inning RBI versus Taijuan Walker that set the tone. Braves scored 2 runs that inning. Ended up winning 9-0 that night. 1-0 to Yastrzemski. Ball a little bit high, 2 balls, no strikes. Yaz showed us a lot of power during spring training. Hit a bunch of home runs during the spring session. He's yet to go deep during the regular season. And if he wants to start, this will be a great time for it. It could tie up the game. He's able to hit one out of here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And a called strike, 2-1. He'll be followed by Dominic Smith. In the air to right field, going back Garcia to the warning track, throws up the glove, and he's got it just shy of the wall. Got a slider that he liked, just couldn't get it up enough in the air, and hit it to the warning track with a second out.
He hit that really well. So well that I'm surprised Riley didn't take off running, expecting it to get over Garcia's head.
And Garcia out there, the only thing you can see on his body are his eyes. He's wearing a ski mask out there. 2 down for Dominic Smith, 2-0 Phillies. Smith rips one through the right side. That's a base hit in the right field. Riley down to second. Jumped on a first pitch fastball. Man, he loves that first pitch heater. And Smith now 2 for 6 in the series. Keeps the inning alive. Runners at first and second for Mauricio Dubon.
There aren't too many guys around baseball these days that are as good a fastball, genuinely good fastball hitter as Dominic Smith.
And if we didn't know that already, we've learned that very quickly this season. In his first season with the Braves, reached and a miss by Dubon, going after a first pitch sweeper 0-1.
They're feeding Mauricio a ton of off-speed stuff, mostly straight change-ups, and his one-handed lunge trying to reach them is not working too well.
0-1 from Painter. There's a high fly ball down the right field line, slicing towards the seats and foul. That becomes a souvenir. So 0-2 on Dubon. Last night, Mauricio hit a little blooper into shallow center field that dropped in perfectly for a base hit. It drove in 2 runs, gave the Braves a 3-1 lead in the moment. They won by that same score. That was our score after 3 last night. No one scored the rest of the way. 2-0 Phillies in the top of the third. Runners at first and second. 0-2, low and outside. Missed with a slider. His 23-year-old righty, Andrew Painter, out of Fort Lauderdale, trying to get through this top of the second. And the 1-2 pitch. Low and outside. Tell you what, neither one of these pitchers tonight grew up pitching in weather like this all that often.
No, they did not.
Holmes out of Conway, South Carolina, and like I mentioned, Painter from South Florida. Home plate umpire DJ Rayburn takes out the whisk broom and sweeps the plate clean. So 2-2 on Dubon. Base hit can drive in Riley. He was hit by a pitch to begin the inning. Malby struck out. Yastrzemski flied out to right. Smith with a single. So they're at first and second with 2 down. And the 2-2 in the air, foul, marking its way into the seats down the right field line. It lands amongst the faithful. Braves had to come back last night. Trailed 1-0 early, but bounced right back and then held on the rest of the way. Trying to at least score a run here with a 2-out clutch hit. And again, the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, low and outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. For the Braves, this 4-game winning streak, their longest winning streak of the year. They've allowed just 9 runs over the last 4 games, but trailing 2-0 tonight. Dubon, right-handed hitter, requests time, and it's granted. He'll adjust his bright yellow batting gloves, tighten those down a little bit, then he'll climb back into the box, put most of his weight on that back foot. That front foot stays up on a tiptoe with his heel elevated. Runners will take off here. And the 3-2 fouled off. That time spoiled a sweeper. Probably no surprise to him that that's what they went with on 3-2.
That's the one pitch he uses less than any other.
Smith and Riley take their leads. They'll take off once again. Payoff pitch, fouled off. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Braves Radio Network. Two 2-0 Phillies, top of the second. Base hit should drive in a run. Smith and Riley on the move. 3-2 pitch, fouled off again. Good battle here. That was a splitter that time displayed by Painter, and he's going through his entire catalog trying to find something that'll get Dubon.
Yeah, and he left that one up in the zone. That allowed Mauricio a chance to get to it.
If Mauricio reaches, Michael Harris would come to the plate as he bats ninth in the order. Again, the runners go. Again, the 3-2, and there is ball 4. This will be challenged by Rafael Marchand. First ABS challenge for the Phillies. And here's the video review, and that is a strike. So that call is overturned, and that ends the inning. For the Braves, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Phillies.
Hey.
Pray to God he would stop that rain till the storm show me everything I know about faith. Count coins just to fill my tank. Clocked in and I stayed on pace. Talking, stretching all the gas inside that tank. Now I'm really too blessed, it's beside my bank. I'm talking wife good, and my kids too. Mom and dad too, I can't forget you. Back then all I ever really wanted was some money. And then I got some, people started acting funny, man. People started acting funny like. Got me feeling like. They got me feeling like. I don't really want what I want, huh? Man. Man, yeah. I don't really want what I want. I don't really want what I want. Mama didn't raise me as a pawn. Yeah, I used to get it out the trunk. Now I'm out here doing what I want. Man, I know the job ain't what you want. Man, I know that car ain't what you want. Do the lows, gotta keep your chin up. Write it down, step it out, get it done.
Fastball 95 from Grant Holmes. Phillies got the 2-run homer by Kyle Schwarber. And they're hoping to see their fate turn around? Things here lately have been really rough for the Phillies. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's the ball a little bit low and outside. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games. Only thing that's been colder than the Phillies is the Mets. Mets lost again today, blowing a lead in the 9th. They've lost 11 games in a row. 2-2 pitch. Bounce foul on the first baseline. And on into the Phillies dugout.
We'll see if that day off tomorrow looms heavy for some of the Mets managers, staff.
Could be some news, huh?
Yeah.
That would not be shocking, losing 11 straight. 2-2 pitch. Stott hits one on the ground to second. Up with it, Ozzie Albies. Wings it to first and one down here in the bottom of the second inning. Phillies have scored just 7 runs over the last 4 games, so getting a 2-run homer in the first inning certainly welcomed by them. They have scored more than 4 runs in a game just once over the last 10. One down for Rafael Marchand. And he'll take a first pitch strike. So the Braves have taken the series, but hoping for more. Got to be feeling like you're playing with house money tonight after taking the first 2 games. A 1 from Holmes. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Marchand getting the nod tonight. If you were with us last night, you might recall Marchand entering the game late for catcher JT Realmuto. Came in the 7th inning. There's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to second. Ozzie shuffles to his left. Gloves, has time, throws over, and 2 down. For Realmuto, he left the game last night with back stiffness, and we learned that stiffness goes back to that collision at the plate with Michael Harris from Game 1. That was in the first few innings of that game the other night. That was in the 2nd inning. And Michael and JT collided there. Michael's head went into JT's knee. There's a ball outside and jarred him a pretty good bit, I'd guess.
Yeah, that kind of collision's why we were always taught never to go in head first at home plate because of the catcher's shin guards. But JT came up on the bad side of that the other night.
1-0 to Justin Crawford. And a called strike on him. Rookie Crawford, son of Carl Crawford, 273 hitter. No homers and an RBI this season. Waiting on the 1-1 from Grant Holmes. Righty fires. And misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Righty-lefty matchup. 2-1 late on that one. Swings and misses at a fastball. His helmet fell down over his eyes. Grant could really use a 1-2-3 inning. And looking to execute this pitch in order to achieve that. He's at 40 pitches for the game. And the 2-2 pitch and fouled on the left field line, banging into the tarp. Braves in the top of the 3rd will have Harris, Acuna, and Baldwin. 9-1 and 2 in the order. Again, the 2-2 pitch. In the air towards center. Michael Harris drifting in. Slows. Makes the catch. And down they go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 2nd. So nothing doing for the Phillies. We're off to the top of the 3rd. 2-0 Philadelphia.
Show 'em what you made of. Show 'em what you made of. I'm my mama's child, so the body and the face cold. Make a shoot a shot like a. Don't come to me as a woman, cause I play slow. I don't care about a his made. I don't care about a boy his made. I don't care about a boy his made. Walk, 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 walk. Shake that money maker. Walk, 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 walk. Show 'em what you made of. Walk, 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 walk. Shake that money maker.
for the next 5 years and same-day Wi-Fi Xfinity. Imagine that. So rookie Andrew Painter with a 2-0 lead will face 9-1-2 for the Braves in the top of the third inning. In our opening statements, we were talking about the last time the Braves swept a series here in Philadelphia. And that would be a series of 3 games or more. The Braves did have a stay here a few years ago where they won 2 games. There was a third game that was rained out. We're not counting that. But the last time the Braves swept the Phillies here in a series of 3 games or more, September of 2016. And I went to look at the box scores of those 3 games. Some players I remembered, others I didn't at all. In fact, there was a lot of forgettable elements to the Braves 2016 season. There's a ball high to Michael Harris. Your 3 winning pitchers for the sweep here in 2016. Mauricio Cabrera, Jed Bradley, and that was Jed Bradley's only win ever as a big leaguer. Here's a 1-0 pitch, swung on, missed, and Julio Teheran. And that was the last time the Braves got a sweep in this ballpark.
I remember 2 of the 3. I don't remember Jed. Sorry.
There's the 1-1. That'll miss inside. I'm right there with you. And I looked him up. He played at Georgia Tech. And I loved his name. His full name was Jedediah Custer Bradley. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Harris with a high fly ball to deep right field. Drifting back Garcia. He's to the wall, and that's gone. Michael Harris sends one halfway up the bleachers. And for Michael, it's his 4th home run of the season. And it's now a 2-1 game. Anything high in the air, that high to right field, you just got to wait and see with the wind pattern that we've seen. A lot of balls died out there on the track in Game 1. Tonight, Michael gets it through all that wind and into the stands for a home run.
And the first home run allowed by Painter this year. And it was a no-doubter.
Ronald Acuna, check swing. They appeal. He did go. With that home run by the Braves, you'll save $100 on sets of Goodyear and Cooper tires tomorrow only, plus a free alignment and a free oil change at Tire Discounters. Home runs save Braves fans money all season long. Claim your coupon at tirediscounters.com/Braves. Swung on, fouled off by Acuna. He's down 0-2. That was Michael's 2nd home run in this series. A lot of production from the 9-hole. 0-2 to Acuna. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind up in the 1-2. Ball low and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ronald has hit just the 1 home run this season. That was on the last homestand. Ronald pinwheels his bat, staring down this right-hander Painter. 6'7" righty, kicks and brings a 2-2. And Acuna check swing, he went. Got him with a sinker. Strikeout number 4 for Andrew Painter, and 1 down here in the 3rd inning.
When he runs that fastball in on you and you think it's going to be okay to go after, it's on you before you can get the barrel out. Good heater.
First pitch to Baldwin. And Drake pops it back our way and foul. Well, I remember being impressed with Painter when we saw him at spring training. That was a game that the Braves won 1-0 as there was a home run in the 9th inning. That gave the Braves a 1-0 advantage at that point. There's a ball inside. But I just remember the game flying by because we had a great pitcher's duel and Painter was on the other side of it. As he was pitching against the Braves, of course. 1-1 pitch. And Baldwin drives one well out towards center to his left. And now leaning over to make the catch, Justin Crawford. Kind of crumpled down out there in right center, but is able to find it for the out.
I don't know if that was knuckling, Ben, but it was odd that he got out in front on that fastball and hit it, and it started cutting back to Crawford. Made it easier for him. It's like it sliced a little.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought it was kind of cut away from Crawford into the gap.
Yeah, I thought he'd hook it in the gap.
Matt Olson taps it foul on the first base line, bouncing right behind Antoine Richardson, Braves first base coach. Phillies 2, Braves 1, top of the 3rd inning. Phillies got a 2-run homer by Kyle Schwarber. Braves with a solo homer for Michael Harris. 0-1 is off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike on Matt Olson. Bases empty, 2 down. 1-1 from Painter. Strike called. Splitter. Olsen 0 for 1 with a pop out. 1-2 pitch, popped up, shallow left, going out Bohm, coming in Marsh. That's Bohm's ball in shallow left field. Third baseman has it for the final out. But the Braves on the board with a home run by Michael Harris. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, none left. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-1 Philadelphia.
What?
Here we go again. What's up, Ray? Yeah, it's me. Woo! Yeah, yeah. Me pidieron barra como Ivy Queen o como Lauryn Hill o como Foxy Brown o como Queen Latifah. Me pregunto si a cambio me dan visa. Viviendo mi vida como Lil Kim, como Missy Elliott, como Wiz Khalifa. Tú me examinas como a Nicki Minaj o como a Baby Tricks o como a Cardi B o como a Glorilla. Algunos dicen que es influencia cristiana, otros responden que es corrupción muy temprana. Yo en parte pienso que por mi vida hispana, y eso es seguro, Dios bendijo mi membrana. Quiero comida y esta fama, te cambio tu lana por todo mi drama. Van 15 años que yo no duermo en mi cama, son 2 millones pa' yo cortarte la grama. Que tú quieres ahora, what you calling for? A ese hoy ya le di mi score. Esa vaina ahora es como un Focus 4. No te gustó lo que me cambiaste por. Me pidieron barra como Ivy Queen o como Lauryn Hill, como Foxy Brown o como Queen Latifah. Me pregunto si a cambio me dan visa. Viviendo mi vida como Lil Kim, como Missy Elliott, como Wiz Khalifa. Tú me examinas como a Nicki Minaj o como a Baby Tricks o como a Cardi B o como a Glorilla. Nací con mi tinta, mami me dio la pinta. A palo dogmático no entro en cinta. Quiero hablar conmigo, pues
later.
Pitch to Garcia. That'll be fouled back. Now, I believe that was the year that he was drafted, and they had to wait a calendar year back in those days where you could trade a guy.
Yes, and I'm sure that's accurate, Ben, because the trade was made on June 14th of 15.
Nothing in one on Adolis Garcia. Well, that's a lot of players in that deal.
Yeah.
2-1 Phillies, bottom of the third. Harper a lead at first. Garcia 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Holmes to the plate, check swing, he did go. That time couldn't stay back on the slider, nothing in 2. Might show him that once again. Rand has 2 strikeouts in the game, 1 walk, 0-2. Low and outside, that time missed with a slider. Night has fallen on Philadelphia under the lights. I'll be honest, given the way the Phillies have been playing lately and the weather today, not a bad crowd. Probably the smallest of the series, but still not bad. 1-2 pitch, a little bit high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies head to Chicago, and they face the Cubs next. Braves, of course, leave Philadelphia after the game, head to Washington. And we'll see the Nationals for a 4-game series starting tomorrow night in D.C. 2-2 low and outside, 3-2. And then we'll see these Phillies once again next weekend in Atlanta. And then after that series in Atlanta, we will not see the Phillies again until September. So making it count, taking the first 2 here in Philadelphia and looking for a sweep. Harper will be on the move. 3-2 pitch. And he struck him out looking. That time dropped a curveball in the inside corner, and Garcia was stunned. And that ends the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We're off to the top of the 4th. Braves trailing 2-1. Rolling into the top of the 4th inning here in Philadelphia alongside Joe Simpson and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick. Ben Ingram here with you. Braves trailing the Phillies 2-1. And for the Braves here in the 4th inning, it'll be Riley, Albies, and Yastrzemski. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, one of the nation's leading and largest cancer programs. Northside is built to beat cancer. Austin Riley hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. He'll lead it off. Boy, Austin has really flipped the switch here lately. Riley 4 for 10 with a couple of homers and 5 RBIs in the first 2 games of this series. And he's batting .326 with a dozen RBIs in his last 10 games. Has 6 extra base hits in his last 10 games. And Riley with a bouncer off of Painter, ricochets to short, sliding stop by Turner, 360 spin, throws over, and somehow makes the play. Well, he was robbed on a great play by Dubon in the bottom of the 3rd. He gets his revenge here in the top of the 4th on a 1-6-3 ground out.
Yeah, it's too bad after it hit Painter, it didn't just die out there behind the mound.
Man, the way it's been going lately for Riley, I'm shocked it didn't.
Yeah, true.
Everything has gone his way lately. This time it doesn't. Here comes Ozzie Albies. Ozzie takes the first pitch strike. Not only does Turner make that play, he made it pretty gracefully, too. The 0-1 in for a called strike. Curveball that time out of Andrew Painter. Painter, 4 strikeouts, no walks. 0-2 pitch, check swing, he did not go. They get a 1-2 count on Ozzie Albies. Ozzie, one of those strikeout victims earlier in the game. That was in the second inning.
Painter's not had a problem with bases on balls. He came in with 16 strikeouts and only 3 walks.
There's 1-2. Ozzie hangs alive, fouling it off. Well, with Painter, he checks about every box that you're looking for when it comes to a potential ace in the big leagues one day. I mean, he's got the build, he's got the stuff, he throws hard, he doesn't walk many batters. The home run that was given up to Harris, the only homer he's given up to this point this season. You can really see what they like a lot about him. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. Let him is high. But I think you look at everything that he brings to the table and you'd say he could easily be an ace in this game one day.
Absolutely could, and sooner rather than later.
2-2 pitch. Ball outside, 3-2. You and I are talking about him on the bus over here several hours before the game. And you made an interesting comment about when he could have been here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And Ozzie takes ball 4 outside, or is the count wrong? They had 3-2 up on the video board. Okay, we were right. That's ball 4. Ozzie didn't want to give it up yet. So he's down to first base on the walk. But you had mentioned the Tommy John operation that Painter had, and if it's not for that, they feel like he could have been here as a 20-year-old.
Right. They were counting on him. That surgery and that injury occurred right before the beginning of the 23 season.
2-1 Phillies, top of the 4th. Here's Yastrzemski with a runner at first and 1 out. And a first pitch high. I mean, he's so young as it is at 23. Just amazing to think that he could have been in the league 2-3 years already. He comes set right at the letters. 1-0 pitch, grooved in there by Painter. Fastball 94. Alec Boehm even with a bag at third and pretty good ways off the line. They play Yastrzemski to pull. Shortstop Turner, a few steps to his left towards the bag at second. 1-1. Swung on, missed. That splitter coming in so hard and then just dive bomb straight down.
Acts as a really good changeup for him.
Yastrzemski hit the ball hard in his previous at bat. That was in the second inning, but it was caught out on the warning track by Adolis Garcia. This to Yastrzemski, and a lob shot into right center field. That's down for a base hit. Rounding second, en route to third base, Ozzie Albies. Yaz heads to second base, and he is at second base standing with a double. Busting it out of the box and able to pick up 2 bags on that, and the Braves in business. Runners at second and third, 1 out.
That one was perfectly placed in between the center fielder and the right fielder. And Mike runs well.
Braves designated hitter Dominic Smith.
So now a base hit at least ties the game. Here's Dominic Smith, who's 1 for 1. He's seen 1 pitch from Painter, and he liked it. Got a first pitch fastball in the second inning and was able to barrel it into the outfield for a single. He does that here. The Braves could take the lead. Yastrzemski at second. Albies at third. First pitch, right down the chute for a strike.
Interesting story on Dominic Smith that I discovered a couple of days ago, that when he was with the Mets, they were trying to find out why he was so tired and lethargic all the time, every day at the park.
0-1 pitch. Reach and a miss, 0-2.
And they discovered that he had sleep apnea.
That'll do it.
And they got a device to help him. And he said, even today, I sleep with my mouth taped shut so that I can breathe through my nose more. And he said, I certainly a lot better now than I was then.
He's been sleeping with a smile on his face here as a Brave.
Yeah.
0-2 pitch. That missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I said, is it okay to talk about that? And he goes, oh, yeah, I try to be an advocate for this and encourage people to be tested who are having the same problems.
Very glad he got that ironed out and found a system that works. A 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, sent him spinning out of there into the ground. Didn't you also tell me he's had to find the right kind of pillow and sheets and all that stuff and travels with it?
Yeah, he travels his own pillow. And he said hotel beds, one's better than another. You go to another hotel and maybe not as good and you toss and turn, but otherwise he's done real well adjusting.
2-2 pitch. He swings and hits it foul down the right field line. Boy, turned on that curveball, just missed it being a fair ball. Speaking of making adjustments, just missed being fair.
Well, there's only one out, and their infield is back. They're willing to concede a run, which would be the tying run, on anything like a ground ball. If he can just put it in play, tie it up.
Runners at second and third. One down. We're in the top of the fourth. Braves trailing 2-1. Right-hander Painter comes set. And the pitch to Dominic Smith. Fouled back our way. Still a 2-2 count on Dominic.
Another 97 fastball that he fought off.
Painter's 2-2. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Trey Turner at shortstop under it. And has it one stride back into the grass of left field. Good fight put up by Dominic Smith, but he can't get the ball down to drive in the run. So 2 down, and it's up to Mauricio Dubon. We saw Dubon strike out in the second inning, but I feel like more times than not, he's going to give you an at-bat where he draws some contact. That's what you're looking for here. Try to find a hole somewhere, just like he did last night with that bloop base hit to drive in 2 runs. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. Need a base hit here. Braves trailing by a run. As Trimsky and Albies take their lead from second and third. 0-1 pitch, swung on and popped up. Center field. Coming in now and making the grab is Justin Crawford. Boy, the bat went flying out of Dubon's hands on the swing and hit the backstop in the air. And then, of course, it was caught by Crawford that ends the inning. So the Braves strand 2 men in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 2-1 Phillies.
Hyundai.
Weekend. There's the pitch on the way to Brandon Marsh. He shows bunt, pulls back, takes a called strike. Hopefully it's been a good weekend for you. I know the Braves have added and enhanced your weekend, taking the first two games here in Philadelphia, looking for the sweep tonight, but trailing by a run in the fourth. 0-1 to Marsh. In the air, deep to left field, charging to his right, Yastrzemski. He's there, and he makes the catch down the left field line. One down here in the fourth inning. Coming to you from Citizens Bank Park. First of our two visits here this season. Be back here in September. Here's Alec Bohm. This has been the home of the Phillies since 2004. Of course, they are at the Vet, which was right next door for so many years. Ballpark still looks good, that's for sure. Here's the pitch on the way to Bohm. And a ball low. Believe it or not, the original plan when the Phillies were moving out of the Vet was to build a ballpark downtown. They're going to have a ballpark downtown at the corner of 13th and Vine. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bohm sends it foul up into the upper deck down the right field line. And they wanted the ballpark downtown within walking distance of Center City. However, residents in Chinatown protested. They feared a new ballpark would destroy their neighborhood, so the city and the team settled on building the ballpark right here in South Philadelphia. 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the inside corner. And right across the street from where they used to be. Good city skyline off in the distance. Under the lights here in Philadelphia. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball to the right side. Backhanded by Olsen. Underhand feed to the bag. Holmes is there. And 2 down in the inning. Two down for Bryson Stott. Stott 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. First pitch called strike. I'll tell you what, we might have ourselves a little rumble right beneath us. We got a Braves fan and a Philly fan about 6 rows apart, and these two leather lungs barking at each other. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Chopper out to second base. Ozzy's got it. Send it over to first, and there's out number 3. When we come back, we'll let you know if they exchange any blows in the stands right below us. We go to the top of the 5th inning, 2-1 Phillies.
Tidal Wave location tomorrow and get half off any unlimited wash membership for the first month. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information. Well, Grant Holmes is doing his part to hold them right there. Braves had second and third one out last inning, couldn't score. Need to get some more guys on, have some better luck. 9-1-2 has been said. Michael Harris homered, leading off the third inning to account for their only run. He takes high, ball 1. He is 4 for 5 in this series with 2 homers. Did not play last night. Came in late as a defensive replacement and drew a walk. So he did play, he just didn't start. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Painter delivers. Hard hit ball into right field, a base hit. That might be extra bases, but Garcia has a great arm, and he'll hold him to a long single, but a good start for the Braves.
Well, he's had some good swings here in Philly. Wrote that one through the right side, and now, let's see, 5 for 6 in this series.
Yeah. I love him batting ninth.
Me too.
Here's Ronald Acuna, who has popped up, struck out. And then time called. Marchand walking to the mound, almost walked into a backswing of Ronald's practice swings.
Going back to Harris batting ninth, I mean, there's a domino effect there. If you got everybody healthy, you got Ronald at the top of the order and so on and so forth down the rest of the way, it sets up perfectly for Michael to bat ninth. If Acuna is not healthy, he can't go, then obviously it shakes things up a bit. But, man, It really sets up well when those guys are available and Michael can bat ninth and do his thing.
Caleb Cotham, pitching coach, out to talk to Painter. Checking his pitch total. What is it? Is that 81?
81, yes, 52 strikes.
Pretty high number for him in the 5th inning. And some action starts in their bullpen. A left-hander begins to play catch. Ronald is 2 for 10 in the series. And the pitch to him out of the stretch is a little high, ball 1. I asked you this question between innings a couple of innings ago, and I don't know the answer and how comfortable or uncomfortable it is, but I was wondering, this is the second year Ronald has worn that knee guard. Takes low in the dirt. Nice stop by Marchand, 2-0. He's got a shin guard on. He's got a knee guard on. He's got an elbow guard on.
He started wearing that knee guard after the second knee operation. He started wearing that a year ago.
Next pitch swung on, hooked into left field, a base hit. Boy, he put the barrel on that one. Rocked in between Turner and Bohm into left field, and the Braves are in business here in the 5th. Back-to-back singles to get things started. First and second for Drake Baldwin, who has struck out and lined out. And here comes Rob Thompson. And he's going to go to the bullpen. He makes the Pennington grass seed call to the bullpen, looking for an easy upgrade for your lawn this season. Go with Pennington grass seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves ground crew. Pennington grass seed, rooted in Braves country. That'll do it for the rookie. He comes out here with nobody out in the 5th inning. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is right after this on the Braves Radio Network.
He fired 2 shutout innings versus the Braves. That was already after the Braves had a 7-0 lead. Now it's a tight game. Mesa out there for the 10th time this season. Left-hander is 0-1 with a 2.45 ERA. 34 years old, 6'3", 215.
Pretty much a fastball slider pitcher's fastball 93 to 95. And if you're going to do the Pennington grass seed call to the bullpen, you might as well call in Mesa. Drake Baldwin takes outside, ball 1.
Bit of a stretch, but I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
God. I was going to have to explain it. Baldwin is struck out, lined out. Takes a strike, 1-1 from the left-hander. Oh, this is going to be appealed by Drake Baldwin. And it is a ball. Braves have been pretty successful in this series against the Phillies.
I was chatting with Walt Weiss during BP. I said, sure was nice to get some challenges to go our way. And he said, man, you're not kidding. You're definitely due.
2-0 the count. And there's a strike down the middle, 2-1.
I believe Braves hitters were 7 for 20 entering the action tonight.
A drastic improvement.
Now 9 for 22.
Harris at second, Acuna at first. Pitch, a breaking ball. He laid off, 3-1.
Ozzy's running at a 100% clip. He's 2 for 2 in challenges.
Good count here for Baldwin. It's something you like. It's 3-1. The pitch. Over but low, ball 4. Bases loaded for Matt Olson. Hello. Nobody out.
We gave you the number the other night. Matt in his career has launched 16 home runs here. 16 homers in 39 career games in this building. This sure would be a great time for one.
I'd love it. 0 for 2 tonight. He's fouled out to third. He's popped to third. The pitch. Breaking ball strike. That was against Painter. Painter went 4 innings plus 2 batters, gave up 5 hits, a walk, hit a batter, 4 strikeouts, and a home run to Harris. Stretch in the pitch. Strike 2. And Olson's going to challenge that one. He thought it was a ball. And it was a strike.
He's now 1 for 4 this season on ABS challenges.
He's in the hole 0-2. See if he can get a tying run or more in here. Bases loaded, nobody out, and the pitch. That one is low, blocked by Marchand, and it's 1-2. Austin Riley on deck. Mays comes set in the pitch. Breaking ball off the plate outside. Matt lays off, 2-2. Mesa works from the third base side of the rubber. Sacks full of Braves. Nobody out. The pitch. Ground ball to second. Stott's got it. Goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Tying run scores as Harris comes across. Acuna moves to third. They're on the corners. And give Olson his 16th RBI of the year. 2-2 our score. It's also the 19th straight game that Matt Olson has reached. Austin Riley's had a good series. He does not have a hit tonight. He was hit by a pitch, and he's grounded out. First pitch, slow roller to third. That's going to get another run in. Boom, picks it up. No play. Everybody's safe. Austin Riley's getting the hang of this, isn't he?
That's twice this series where he has sliced him with another paper cut. to drive in a run.
And the Braves are on top 3-2. So you don't have to hit a homer every time.
That's right. Little contact and put some pressure on the defense. Nothing they could do about that.
2 runs across, runners at first and second. 1 out for Ozzie, who has struck out and walked. Batting right-handed. His preferred side, the pitch. Outside ball 1.
That closes the line on Painter. There's all 3 of those runs on his line to go along with 5 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts.
Well, I feel like Thompson took him out because the Braves were beginning to really square him up. Strike call to Ozzie on a borderline pitch away. 1-1. Olsen at second, Riley at first. Braves up 3-2. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 1-2 the count. Ozzie did not face Mesa Friday night. A stretch in the pitch. In the dirt. Marchand blocks it. It popped up in the air, but Olsen will have to hold at second on a good play by the backup catcher for the Phillies. Kept his chest in front of that, watching the replay. Took it off the chest protector. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Albies. A pitch. Swung on, hit high and deep to left field. Back goes Marsh. He's turned around. It'll get over his head and short hop the wall. Olsen's going to score. Around to third, Riley, and into second is Ozzie Albies with a double. As Brandon Marsh got turned every which way but loose on that line drive. And give Ozzie his 10th RBI of the year. And the Braves are up 4-2.
A lot of contact here in the 5th inning, and I'll tell you something that has changed in this game. We've been talking about the wind blowing in from left center and blowing in so strongly. Well, the wind has pretty much stopped blowing here in the last 15 minutes. And if the wind had still been blowing, that might have held it up enough for Marsh to make a catch. Instead, just flies right over his head.
He didn't know which way to go. Infield in. Mike Yastrzemski swinging a foul ball. 0-1. Yaz hit the ball hard and lined out in the 2nd inning, and he has doubled his last time up last inning. He's got a modest 6-game hitting streak working. Riley at third, Ozzie at second. The pitch fouled off his foot. 0-2. Three runs across. 2 more ducks on the pond. Only 1 out. Mesa comes set, and the pitch. Got him looking. Fastball at the letters. Yastrzemski stands there for a moment. I think he'd love to challenge that, but he is not going to. 2 out in the inning. Watching a replay, it looked like a strike. Smith has singled and popped up. Chance to do some real damage against the lefty. Takes outside ball 1. Dominic has hit in 6 straight. They play him to pull in the pitch. Strike call. Second and third, 2 out, 3 runs across. And the pitch to Smith. Down low. 2-1. Other than the Boo Birds, it's gotten kind of quiet here at the old ballpark.
They've been loud this weekend.
Yeah, boy. Braves have overcome a 2-0 deficit, and they lead 4-2. The pitch bounced foul at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. More action in the Phillies bullpen. A right-hander begins to throw. Now time called. And Mesa toes the rubber, listening for a signal from his catcher. Now he's got it. And the pitch. Tapped foul again. Took a little off, and Dominic out in front. Just had to roll off his bat back to the screen. Chase Sugart warming up in their bullpen. Another 2-2 offering to Dominic Smith. The pitch swung on, pulled foul. That was in on him, and he just fought it off. Two singles and a walk, then a fielder's choice hit into by Olson. Swinging bunt single by Riley. Double by Ozzie. 3 runs in. Another 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. And Dominic's going to challenge that. And on a strike 3 with 2 on, I don't blame him. It looked like a decent pitch, but we're going to find out right now. It was a strike 3 call, and it was accurate, and the inning is over. But a profitable one for the Braves. They leave 2, they score 3, and we go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-2 Atlanta.
What up, bro?
Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Phillies. Have a shutdown inning here, Grant Holmes. Marchand, the catcher, takes high ball 1. Long rest in the dugout for Grant. Gave up a 2-run homer in the first to Schwarber, but has shut him down since. The pitch. Check swing, but a strike call. Grant is at 68 pitches. 42 strikes. delivery, swing and a miss. 1-2. Aaron Bummer begins to play catch in the Atlanta bullpen. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Braves up 4-2. They've out-hit him 7-3. And the pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Pitch down and in. Strikeout number 4 for Holmes.
He's retired 13 of the last 14 batters. First 3 men in the first inning reads they went single, homer, walk, and since then just the one single to Harper in the third inning.
Wasn't looking too good right then, was it?
Not at all.
Here's the 9-hole hitter, Justin Crawford. Flied to center his first time. Left-handed hitter. And the pitch. Swung on, lifted foul and out of play. Let's pause for station identification on the Braves Radio Network. Joe Ben and Jay Chad with you. Citizens Bank Park, Braves up 4-2, going for the sweep. Backdoor off-speed pitch missed. Count 2-1 to Crawford. Holmes working strictly from the stretch, even with nobody on. He kicks and delivers. Fastball rifled into center field, base hit. Over to cut it off is Harris, and he'll hold Crawford to a single. Fast runner aboard. Fourth hit of the night for Philadelphia. Now back to the meat grinder at the top of their order. Turner, Schwarber, and Harper.
Did a really nice job the last time we saw these guys. Not easy, though.
Delivers a breaking ball, missed outside, ball 1.
That last time we saw Turner was that terrific play by Dubon. That could have completely changed the inning if it went the other way.
Holmes to the plate. Check swing, didn't go. 2-0. With Bummer getting ready, he may be getting ready for Schwarber. The pitch. Strike call, 2-1. Turner 3 for 10 in the series now after his leadoff single in the first. He was aboard on when Schwarber hit the homer in the first inning. Throw to first. Runner back. Grant Holmes comes set, and the pitch. Fouled back, big swing by Turner. Two and two. Braves trying to make it 3 in a row here over the Phillies. And the pitch fouled back by Trey Turner. Still 2-2. Marlins won today. Nationals won today. Mets lost again today. That's 11 in a row. Mets lost in 11 innings. They gave up a run in the 9th and then one in the 10th. And the pitch inside. Turner had to twist out of the way of that one. Full count. No walks. No walks, please. Just got the lead. Let's hang on to it. Keep an eye on Crawford. He's at first. Not going. Pitch swung on, bounced past the mound. Glove by Ozzie. Steps on second. Throw to first off the mark. He was a little mixed up on his steps when he stepped on second base. But what might have hurt as much as anything was the ball. It looked like Grant Holmes whiffed on it trying to catch it.
Right. Well, it gets through Grant, and in that moment, you're glad that it got through him because the last thing you wanted is the ball deflecting off of his glove and you get no outs. Well, that'll be it for Holmes. Here comes Walt Weiss.
Had a feeling with Bummer warming up that was going to be the case for the Pennington grass seed call to the bullpen. Looking for an easy upgrade for your lawn this season? Go with Pennington Grass Seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew. Pennington Grass Seed, rooted in Braves country. We'll tell you about Aaron Bummer when we come back on the Braves Radio Network.
Attention.
Yeah, hey, giving it all, hey, yeah, I'm giving it all I could give, run up and taking my pick, then bringing it back to the crib, yeah, you know how I go, we finding the gold, the deeper we dig, so we just keep digging till we finally get it, like fuck it, I'll sleep when I'm dead, I gave you my word, don't break it for no one, you know I'ma keep what I said, ready for war, I've been deep in the trance, been jumping since I had them squeaks in the bed, ice in my body, I'm cold under pressure, recovered like I had no heat in the vents, shooting I don't have a conscience, too much to accomplish, you know I can't leave it to chance, yeah, throw it in the bag, throw some dots, I'm Jackson Dart, I'm out of pocket playing tag, catch me if you can, empty out the mag, took the lead, I run the track, and I'm never looking back, show up for the moment, always rolling with the punches, find a way to see, through the ceiling, put above us, smoke is in the air, keep it heavy in abundance, when the dust settles, let's see who remains, show up for the moment, always rolling with the punches, find a way to see, through the ceiling, put above us, smoke is in the air, keep it heavy in abundance, when the dust settles, will you be the same, 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 when the dust settles, let's see who remains, I'm giving it all I could give, run up and taking my pick, then bringing it back to the crib, yeah, you know how I go, we finding the gold.
Tying runs in scoring position. Harper fights one off foul out of play. He is 4 for 9 in the series. Adolis Garcia is on deck. And the pitch. Strike 2 call. Good slider. Harper in the hole 0-2. See if you can get him to chase one here. Set up outside. The pitch swung on. Hit right down the third base line. Gloved by Riley. Throw to first. Handled on a short hop by Olsen, and they got him. An amazing play by Austin Riley behind the bag at third with a long throw on the run and an impossible hop at first base, handled by Matt Olson. Great play, inning over. Braves still lead 4-2. Bond will lead off the inning and take a strike. He's the only man that didn't hit last inning. Braves sent 8 men to the plate and came up with 3. Takes a breaking ball outside. 1-1. Works out of the stretch and Sugar to the plate. Fastball fought off foul and out of play. If you'd like to enter for your chance to win at least $1,000 in the Georgia Lottery, visit 680thefan.com/GA Lottery. Georgia Lottery, today could be the day. The pitch swung on and sliced foul, but a long way down the right field line, out of play.
Braves have Tyler Kinley tossing in the bullpen, just to give you an idea of where they might go next. This is going to be piecing it together through the bullpen the rest of the way.
Next offering outside. Evens the count at 2-2. Well, I like their chances in that case.
Man, the bullpen's been great this season.
It has. Meza for the Phillies won an inning. 2 hits, a run, a walk, 2 strikeouts. 2-2. Fouled back. Mauricio stays alive. He has struck out and flied to center. 1 for 11 in the series. Dubon, Harris, and Acuna. Harris is 2 for 2 with a homer and a single and 2 runs scored. Stretching the pitch. Mauricio takes low. Picks up the baseball for Marchand. After it got away from him, full count. Let's get some more. What do you say? Leadoff walk could be nice. Base hit. Solo homer. Pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Braves have shifted their starting rotation a little bit for Washington. Tomorrow night, Ronaldo Lopez will be moved up to pitch against Jake Irvin. Pitch, swing and a miss, through a fastball right by him. One out, first strikeout for Sugar, and the 3rd straight Brave to Fan. And now here's Michael. His home run back in the 3rd inning was his 4th. RBI number 9. And the left-handed hitter takes high, ball 1. Bryce Elder will go Tuesday night. Perez Wednesday, Sale on Thursday. Strike call to Michael, 1-1. And the next pitch swung on and ripped into center. Man, oh man, is Michael locked in tonight. Another rocket, this time to center for a base hit.
I don't think he wants to leave Philly, man. He's had such a sweet swing here. And you get to the bottom of the order, and how demoralizing if you're another team. You're thinking, okay, here comes the number 9 hitter. This should be an easy out, especially with Acuna, Baldwin, Olsen coming up. Yeah. This guy's just rocking balls all over the ballpark. And he's 6 for 7 in the series. Ronald takes a little bit high, ball 1. Two stolen bases for Harris. Let's see if he is moving. 1 out. Braves up 4-2. We're in the 6th. The pitch. Outside. Phillies want a chance to turn a double play. Outfield playing Ronald pretty much straight away and deep. And the pitch. Late strike call. DJ Rayburn's in no hurry. 2-1. Drake Baldwin waits on deck. The pitch to Ronald. Another high strike called. 2-2.
Braves have no more appeals for challenges on the ABS. The 2-2 to Ronald Acuna Jr. Here it is. Way inside, almost hit him. Full count.
Going back to those ABS challenges, Braves are really aggressive with those in the fifth inning, and I like them being aggressive given what they stood to win.
Sure.
If they'd gone their way that inning, could have had a few more runs that inning.
It's like a situation where you're going for it. And they try to take advantage of every outlet they had. Harris at first, big lead. Payoff pitch, he's going. Pitch is outside, ball 4. 2 on, 2 out, 2 on with 1 out for Drake Baldwin. Baldwin has walked in 3 trips to the plate. Now faces a right-hander. And once again, Caleb Cotham, the pitching coach for the Phillies, will make a trip to the mound to talk to Sugar.
I'd say Drake is about due for a home run. He hasn't hit one since April 6th. He hit 5 in about the first 10 games of the season. Hasn't hit one since then, but he's continued to swing the bat well. Took a walk back in the 5th inning. But I'd say he's due for another power surge.
And like you said, the wind's died down too.
And with that, the temperature has dropped to 48 degrees. It was 52 to begin the game. But I think it feels warmer now than it did in the first 2 innings of this game.
I'm with you. Meeting over. Again, Braves on top, 4-2. They trailed 2-0 in the first. 2 on, 1 out. And the pitch to Baldwin. Check swing foul. 0-1. Mark Armstrong from Lilburn, Georgia, stands to win $1,300 if Drake goes deep here. The pitch swung on, hit high and deep to right field. This has got a chance. Garcia, though, is on the track, and he's under it and makes the catch. Tagging and moving over to third is Michael Harris. Runners at the corners, 2 out, and Drake Baldwin just missed cashing in for Mark Armstrong.
Looked good off the bat. That was low and in where he likes it. He loves to go down and get the head on it. And he was able to do that perfectly. And now here comes Rob Thompson.
So that's going to do it for Sugar with Matt Olson coming to the plate. Time for the Pennington Grass Seed call of the bullpen again. Looking for an easy upgrade for your lawn this season? Go with Pennington Grass Seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves ground crew. Pennington Grass Seed, rooted in Braves country. Let's see who's coming in next. We'll let you know right after this on the Braves Radio Network. Braves.
Situation, keeping track of what everybody's doing. Do they have something I lack? I try to prove I could be just as good, but I misunderstood what it's supposed to be about. Realize you never get a medal in the end. No one's gonna give you any credit. I was playing a game, but no one seemed to participate, and I can't believe I got so I don't know what got into me. Can't believe I let it get so ugly. I let it go too far. Got so judgy, making sure nobody got above me.
side armor. So let's see if Matt can connect on him and add to his misery. First and third, 2 out. The pitch. Sale's in there for a strike. In fact, he's a little down below Laredo. 4-2 Atlanta. 6th inning. The pitch. Matt sends a fly ball foul and out of play. Backus gets ahead 0-2. And the pitch. Looked good, but outside. Let me correct the pitching rotation for the Braves coming up in Washington. It actually will be Bryce Elder who goes tomorrow, and then Lopez will go on Tuesday. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing. He went, chased a bad ball, but Backus does his work, and they get out of the inning. Braves leave 2 more men on. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Braves still up 4-2.
One.
Kinley waits, now fires. No strike. Like a cutter. 0-1. Garcia holds the bat in front of his right shoulder, and the pitch to him. Breaking ball missed. 1-1. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Phillies. Both runs came in the first on a Kyle Schwarber home run. And the 1-1 swung on, pulled foul, and out of play. Left side was badly fooled. 1-2.
See what happens. the rest of the way. But hearing you talk about how this game has unfolded, it feels just like last night, doesn't it?
It does.
Where they had the early lead with a homer, and then the Braves pieced together some runs, but then left a bunch of men stranded the rest of the way. Seen the exact same thing tonight.
Yeah. Atlanta left 11 on last night. They've already left 8 on tonight. Vance Napa is a proud partner of your Atlanta Braves with America's largest network of parts and care. Napa has all the bases covered when it comes to your ride. Garcia got some new lumber. He's leading off the bottom of the 6th. Braves up 4-2. And now he calls time. Brandon Marsh is on deck. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Kenley to the plate. Check swing. He went around. Oh, my goodness. Dylan Wilson, the first base umpire, said he didn't go around. He almost broke his wrist trying to stop that swing. Wow. 2-2. Kenley kicks and fires. Misses down low, full count. Tyler Kenley, one of those guys, obviously, that cold weather doesn't bother him. Does not have any sleeves on. Bare-armed. Big pitch here. Payoff pitch due to Garcia. And here it is. Breaking ball. Missed outside. Ball 4.
Never saw a replay on that check swing. I would have loved to have seen the angle from the first base dugout. I definitely thought he went.
Me too. So that brings the tying run to the plate. Marsh is 0 for 4 in the series. He's been swinging the bat real well for these guys. Takes low, ball 1. Kenley rubs up a new baseball. Garcia leads from first. And the pitch. A little high and outside. Drake kind of jumped up to catch that one, kind of jumped out of his crouch. I don't know if he got crossed up or not, but the count is 2-0 after a walk to Garcia to start the inning. Kenley delivers. Ball 3. Let's see if Rob Thompson cuts Marsh loose here. 2 homers on the year, 3-0 count. He's the tying run, and the pitch is a strike, 3-1. Braves would love a ground ball. Turn a double play. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. And the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to right field. Hit pretty well, but Ronald's on the run, and he's going to get there and make a running catch headed toward the line. Not hit as well as I thought. A little bit off the end of the bat. Big first out.
That's only the 3rd flyout tonight by Philly hitters. I mean, there's the flyout to center in the 2nd. There's a flyout to left in the 4th, and that flyout to right. Pretty cold night to just be standing around out there with no action.
Yes, it is. Alec Bohm, the batter. He's 0 for 2. Hasn't gotten the ball out of the infield. And he got hit. He didn't move much. He spun around a little bit. And it hit him. And that'll put runners at first and second. Walt Weiss has his hand up. They want to check that.
He's wearing the elbow.
And the Braves are going to challenge it, it looks like. Typically, if it hits a batter...
Atlanta is challenging the hit by pitch.
Yeah.
the catcher that can't catch the ball, but Drake caught that ball.
Yeah, there is one angle where I believe it did graze the elbow guard. And I thought I heard it too.
I thought I heard it also.
Yeah, they take a peek at it, but there is one angle from the front. I've seen 3 or 4 different angles of this. And I really think it just did graze the bottom portion of that elbow guard. Clicked right off of it and into Baldwin's glove.
You hate to hit a guy that's struggling like Alec Boehm is. 1 for 9 in the series. We're taking a look at it in New York, see if they can determine. Remember, it was called a hit by pitch.
If it did hit him, it just barely did.
Oh, I mean to tell you.
I mean, just a stitch of the ball, but
skimmed him. Bryson Stott is scheduled to be the next hitter. Still waiting. Kinley's going to try to stay loose. Here we go.
After review, the call in the field is confirmed. It was a hit by pitch.
First and second. 1 out. Jeremy Hefner now the man out to make a visit to the mound for the Braves. Dylan. Strike call. Got ahead this time. Stott is also a tough guy to double up. Runs well. Garcia and Boehm, the base runners. A pitch swung on and pulled hard, but foul. First base side. That was close. 0-2 to the second baseman. Tyler Kinley looks in for the sign, has it. He's ahead in the count. And the pitch swung on, popped up. Right field, Acuna comes in, shallow right field. He'll make the catch. Garcia tags, but he's not going anywhere. 2 outs.
That's a big.
Marchand is the catcher, and he is the 8-hole hitter. He has grounded out and struck out. 2 on, 2 out, the pitch. Strike call. A leadoff walk got all this started, and then a hit batsman and out later. And the pitch to Marchand. Swung on, ripped down the right field line, but pulled foul. He was all over that one, but he's in a hole. 0-2. He got Stott to pop up on an 0-2 count. It's another left-handed hitter here. And the 0-2 pitch. Got him looking. Backdoor slider ends the inning. Great job by Kenley to pitch around the walk and the hit batter. Phillies lead 2. We go to the 7th. Braves still on top, 4-2.
Wish I knew 20 years ago, so before I went blue. I've been waiting for someone to cut me loose. I didn't recognize those sad-eyed eyes all along. I was you. I've been kicking the can way too long now. I've been kicking the can way too long now. Peace, say hello to heaven. Searching for the boy I once outgrew. Those days when everything went to 11. I can honestly say I cried the day that Chris Cornell died. And I've been kicking the can way too long now. I've been kicking the can way too long now. Lord, I wish I knew.
Riley's had a good night. Hit by a pitch, also a ground out, but an RBI single. That was in the 5th inning. And he's had a good series. 5 hits in the series. Takes the ball inside. 2 balls and no strikes versus the lefty Backus. Braves bullpen tonight. Bummer and Kenley with some big outs. Lefty Backus brings it. 2-0 pitch over for a called strike. Braves have gotten just enough done with runners in scoring position and leading by a couple runs. 2-1 pitch fouled off. That makes his way into the 2nd level along the first base line. Breeze has died down, just a slight wind in those flags in center field. But I'm telling you, they were absolutely starched in the first 3-4 innings of this game. Ready with the 2-2, pitch to Riley, hit hard but out to short, backhanding on a knee. Trey Turner up on his feet, throws across for the out, 1 away. That brings Ozzie Albies to the plate. Phillies in the bottom of the 7th will have 9-1-2 coming up. That'll be Crawford, Turner, and Schwarber. And we'll see where the Braves want to go at that point. Think about the usual suspects with Lee, Suarez, and then Iglesias. If you're trying to map it out, there's a ball outside, and we know that Iglesias wasn't available last night, slept on his shoulder wrong. No problem. Braves went with Suarez, and boy, was he impressive. Ball and no strikes on Ozzie, batting from the right side against the lefty. And a ground ball to the right side to his left. Now Stott's got it from shallow right. Goes over to first base for the out, 2 away. In between innings, it'll be the 7th inning stretch. You already knew that. But did you know that it's brought to you by the Warrior Alliance? The Warrior Alliance is stepping up to the plate to help warriors navigate to success after military service. Visit thewarrioralliance.org to learn more. Eli White has his name called upon. He'll be pinch hitting for Mike Yastrzemski. hear the voice of Dan Baker, fine PA announcer for the Phillies, introducing Eli White.
54th year for Dan.
54 years.
He is the dean of all PA announcers in baseball.
He does a wonderful job. 2 down for Eli White. And Eli takes the ball outside. I don't know that there's another PA announcer who does all his pregame announcements from a podium on the field.
I know. It's almost like he ought to have a megaphone.
There's the 1-0 pitch. There's a ball inside. I feel like he's a college professor addressing the class when he's down there with that podium. 2 balls and no strikes on Eli White. Backus brings it. And White bounces one out to a diving Bryce Harper halfway between first and second. Lays out, grabs it on his feet, throws to Backus, and that puts down the Braves 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. We roll to the bottom of the inning. Still 4-2 Braves here in Philly.
Pulling me closer, but don't waste your time. Don't have any time for all your empty lies. I used to think that you were only mine, but I was blinded by a shallow light. I'll call your friends, I'll let them know that I'm so done with the tragic boys. Tonight I'll get into my zone. I'll dance until the tears are gone. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these tears away. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need you. Leaving you just made me realize all the things I used to sacrifice just to please you, just to call you mine. But look at me now, I have the time of my life. I'll call your friends, I'll let them know that I'm so done with the tragic boys. Tonight I'll get into my zone. I'll dance until the tears are gone. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these tears away. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need you.
Guys out of the bullpen and a really good lefty to lean up.
No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these tears away. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need you.
Right down the pike for a called strike. First pitch slider makes it 0-1. Crawford 1 for 2, had a single in the 5th inning. Left-handed batter takes a called strike. Lee getting ahead with back-to-back sliders. So way ahead of the rookie, 0-2. Crawford batting .281. Lee straightens. Looking for the strikeout. The 0-2. Ground ball weakly to second. Ozzie on the other end. Pats the mitt, throws over, and 1 down. Folks, the average baseball game is 9 innings. That means 9 chances to put the original Louisiana hot sauce on all your favorite ballpark eats. Hot dogs, wings, nachos, burgers. They're all tastier with the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. 1 down at the bottom of the 7th. To the top of the order to Trey Turner. Turner's been on twice, a single and a run scored, also a fielder's choice. Swings at the first pitch, hot shot out to short, taken by Dubon, sends it across the diamond, 2 down. Got a friendly chest-high hop after his hit so hard by Turner, and 2 quick outs here in the 7th.
Ben, we've always talked about how critical it is for relievers coming into the game to get that first guy. That makes 10 out of 11 first batters retired when he got Crawford for Dylan Lee.
That's really good work. By the way, Eli White did remain in the game. He's in left field after he came on to pinch hit for Yastrzemski. 2 down for Schwarber. Braves leading by 2 runs. Schwarber takes a ball up and in. He's the only source of offense for the Phillies tonight. Hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. And then nothing for the Phillies since then. Lee pitches. That'll be fouled back by Schwarber. Got a piece of a fastball. Last night, Lee faced Schwarber in the 8th inning. Got him to ground out to second base. Schwarber in his career 4 for 15 with a homer versus Dylan Lee. These two have seen each other a lot. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again. Schwarber has had more at-bats versus Dylan Lee than anybody on their roster. 5 more than Bryce Harper. So if it's Harper or Schwarber coming up in the order late in the game, better believe it'll be Dylan Lee out there for the Braves. Looking to put away Schwarber yet again. And the 1-2. Low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schwarber 4 strikeouts and 14 at-bats versus Dylan. Bases empty, 2 down. Phillies have gone down in order twice in this game. And the 2-2 came inside, and there's a ball. I guess it hit the gear of Baldwin. I thought it hit something. It attached to maybe the equipment of Baldwin, or rather Schwarber, but
it's foul
hit
ball.
the bat. Yeah, okay. Raised the barrel on a, not even barely a check swing. 3-2. Misses low.
I think they missed that last
Okay.
pitch. Thought they didn't know it was a foul ball. So that should make the count 3-2 now.
Well, now they have the count right. 3-2 on the way, and that is ball 4. So it's a 2-out walk. And now it is Harper versus Lee, as he represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 7th. Harper did not face Dylan Lee last night, but seen him plenty in his career. 2 for 10 with a homer and 2 strikeouts. Left-on-left matchup. Pitch on the way to Harper. Huge, wild swing and a miss. It's a first pitch slider. It's as if Harper made up his mind he was going to swing no matter what came up there.
Yeah, and it appeared that Dylan took a little off of it.
Tying run to the plate. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch on the way to Harper. Another swing and a miss. Showed him another slider. A good job by Dylan getting ahead, 0-2. Harper's been on twice, a walk and a single. And the 0-2 pitch, fouled back. Got a piece of the slider breaking away from him. Harper with a ground out to third back in the 5th inning. And an absolutely marvelous play made by Austin Riley to shut down the Phillies there in the 5th. Again, his 0-2 pitch. Fouled back our way. That hits the level right above us, the facade of the third deck, and lands about 10 rows down in front of us. 0-2 on Bryce Harper. He waves the bat over the plate, now steadies it. Schwarber, a lead at first base. Dillon way ahead of the 0-2 pitch. Popped up, just back of short, going back Dubon. He is there. Makes the catch in shallow left field. And the Phillies once again turned away. No runs, no hits, no errors, runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the 8th inning, 4-2 Braves. Goes to first and one down. Braves 2 for 10 in this game with runners in scoring position. Very similar to last night. It shows you how stingy these Philly pitchers have been, but the Braves have done just enough to get the job done. They won game 1 9-0. They won last night 3-1, and they're leading 4-2 tonight.
4th, 5th, and 6th inning, they left 8 men on 5 in scoring position.
First pitch, a called strike on Mauricio Dubon. Braves have Robert Suarez up and tossing in the bullpen. 0-1 pitch, in for a called strike. Suarez out there throwing on that top bunk of the double-decker bullpen out there.
That's a good way to describe it.
Kerkering's 0-2. Popped up over by first base. Bryce Harper to his left into foul territory makes the catch. 2 away here in the 8th inning.
Back in the old days, Ben, in the early days of Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies were on the upper tank in the bullpen, and their own fans were on their bullpen so bad they moved down and made the visitors go up.
A little bit too close to their own fans.
Yeah.
Then we'll take the bottom bunk. Michael Harris takes the ball low. Michael has been swinging a stick of dynamite, not just tonight, but in the series. He's 6 for 7 in the series. He's 3 for 3 tonight with a homer and 2 singles. Also scored 2 runs. 1-0 pitch up and in. He went limboing out of the way of that fastball, humming in there at 96. Michael dropped the bat and was bent backwards out of the way with that chin music.
His good work has not only raised his average up to 290, it's gotten the attention of the Phillies.
2-0 pitch. Missed inside, 3 balls, no strikes. That homer that Harris hit earlier is 4th of the season and 2nd of the series. Got a 3-0 count, Acuna on deck, and the 3-0 pitch. And that is ball 4. And Michael's on for the 4th time of the game. Keeps the Braves out of a 1-2-3 inning for what would have been the 3rd time in this contest. He trots down to first, and here comes Ronald Acuna.
Right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ronald with a single and a walk. He's also scored a run. He'll lay off the first pitch, which is low and outside.
I think Michael will be running, hopefully on this pitch, to give Acuna a good at bat to work with.
Got a question for you about that. There's a 1-0 pitch on the way. Michael not going here. There's a ball outside. How much of that is the situation versus motivation after the chin music?
Motivation. Motivation. He was not happy. Had a bat flip on a walk.
Got a big lead right now. 2-0 pitch. Strike. Able to get a sweeper over the outside corner.
The only thing that prevents him from running, it would be to be given a stop sign, do not run, from Tommy Watkins.
Acuna waits. Pick off to first. Back in with the dive, Harris.
The thing about Michael at first base is he's almost in scoring position there. He can score on a double.
Two-1. Swung on, miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Harris 2 for 2 this season in stolen bases. Ronald requests time is granted. Takes a bit of a walk around the edge of the batter's circle. Right fielder Adolis Garcia playing pretty deep. Everybody else pretty much at regular depth. 4-2 Braves, top of the 8th. Runner at first, 2 down. And Acuna trying to keep the inning alive and get Drake Baldwin up there against this right-hander. Kerkering brings it. And Acuna pops it up, foul territory. Coming back, Marchand, the catcher, to the backstop, and he makes a basket catch right in front of the backstop. And a very frustrated Acuna spikes the helmet, throws down the shin guard and everything else that he's got on him. And that ends the top of the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 4-2 Braves. Strike. Cutter at 96. Also, you'll be entered for a grand prize tractor drawing at the end of the season. Yanmar built together, backed longer. Pulling for Chris Calhoun, our contestant tonight in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. 0-1 on Garcia. He requests time, and it's granted by DJ Rayburn.
That's good because Suarez was running out of time.
Oh, 1 pitch. A little bit low with a sinker. It was humming in there at 98. Outside. 2 balls and a strike on Adolis Garcia. He has 2 strikeouts and a walk tonight. Facing the 2-time All-Star Robert Suarez. He's ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch from the righty. Swung on, missed. Right over the top of the changeup. Suarez, 35 years old. He's out of Venezuela. 6'3", 210. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive foul on the left field line. Bangs into the unused tarp. Thank goodness. Looked like they were about to put the tarp on the field right before first pitch tonight. Had the tractor attached to it and everything. And we were just on the edge of the storm. And started just about 2 minutes later than we were scheduled to. 2-2 pitch. Hanging alive. Fouled off into the screen above the Phillies dugout.
I mean, seriously, it was like, we're not going to worry about it. We're not take too much time to put the tarp on and take it off.
They were right.
They were exactly right.
They played it perfectly. All that rain just north of us, between us and downtown. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. That time a changeup takes care of Adolis Garcia. And 1 down to the 8th inning.
There were at least 3 changeups, if not 4, in that sequence.
1 down for Brandon Marsh. Good start for our contestant. The Yanmar strikeout the side inning. I tell you what, when that rain came through, it looked like somebody had a giant clear shower curtain. They just pulled across the sky between here and downtown. Brandon Marsh lifts 1 to left field. Going back, Eli White towards the corner. Throws up the glove and makes the catch at the edge of the warning track. And 2 down in the 8th. Well, with a 2-run lead, obviously you want a quiet 8th. But more than that, you want a 1-2-3 8th, not just for the sake of a 1-2-3 8th, but who you may not have to face in the 9th inning. If he can get Bohm, then the Phillies would have 7, 8, 9 due up in the 9th. Pitch on the way to Bohm, and he swings and slices it fouled into the seats down the right field line. Braves in the 9th will have Baldwin, Olsen, and Riley coming up. And Suarez trying to get them there with his current 2-run lead. 0-1 to Bohm. Check swing, fouled off. Bryson Stott is on deck. He goes to pick up the foul ball off the screen.
99 and 98 to Bohm. Don't speed up his bat with anything slower.
Way ahead 0-2. Here it comes. And he just missed outside with a fastball at 99. Still in command with a 1-2 count and 2 down. Base is empty. Suarez looking into his catcher Baldwin. Set at the tomahawk. 1-2. Fouled back down to our right. Another fastball at 99. Suarez wearing number 75 on his back. Bright red shoes and navy socks up to the knees. Rubs up a brand new baseball. Comes set right at the tomahawk. Cuts loose the 1-2. Fouled off the inside of Bohm's left foot. Tried the change up there. Let's see if he goes back to the gas here. He was as hot as 101 last night with his fastball. Ready to bring it once again. And the 1-2. Ground ball to the left side. Dubon backhands, plants, throws, a strike across the diamond, and there's out number 3. A 1-2-3-8 for Robert Suarez. We go to the ninth in Philly. Braves on top 4-2.
Call me Gabby Douglas, I see money, I'm flipping it. Hey, girl, you know I'm with the shiz. You know I ain't missing it. You gon' have to call out or work the way I'm hitting. Now, baby, pose on them niggas, gon' pop it like that. Fuck that broke ass nigga, he ain't got it like that. I go 9 to 9, rain or shine. When I clock in, yeah, I win every time. Tell him God bless me every day. I tell him run it back. Yeah, I hustle 7 different ways and then I run it back. Heading straight to the bag, like run it back. Getting so much bang, 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 run it back. God bless me every day. I tell him run it back. Yeah, I hustle 7 different ways and then I run it back. Heading straight to the bag, like run it back. Getting so much bang, 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 run it back. We outside, we getting money like that. We point a nigga out and say we run it like that. I said we outside, we get money like that. We point a bitch out and say we run it like that. Now baby pose on them niggas gon' pop it like that. Fuck that broke ass nigga, he ain't got it like that. I go 9 to 9, rain or shine. When I clock in, yeah, I win every time. Tell him God bless me every day. I tell him run it back. Yeah, I hustle 7 different ways and then I run it back. Heading straight to the bag, like run it back. Getting so much bang, 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 run it back. God bless me every day. I tell him run it back. Yeah, I hustle 7 different ways and then I run it back. Heading straight to the bag, like run it back. Getting so much bang, 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 run it back.
Matt Olson digging in. Braves on top 4-2 in the top of the ninth. Johnson brings it. Fouled back just under us. It goes bouncing around the section under us. A couple of errors down there by the Philly fans. And an 0-1 count on Matt Olson. Matt did score back in the 5th inning, had that RBI fielder's choice. 0-1 pitch inside into the backstop. That 5th inning tonight, very similar to the 3rd inning last night, where you look back, there was the double by Ozzie Albies, but everything else was pretty soft, just making contact, finding ways to get in one run at a time. Here it is to Olson, called strike 1 and 2.
Back-to-back innings for the Braves tonight with 2nd and 3rd and 1 out, and didn't add on. Has kept it a tight game.
Ball and 2 strikes on the pitch on the way to Olson. And he swings and misses right over the top of that curveball. And 2 down to the 9th. It's up to Austin Riley. Tonight's attendance 36,806. I'd say about a third of them are still here, maybe a little bit more than that. But it's thinned out a pretty good bit. Riley takes a called strike. Looking in the right-hander Johnson. Base is empty. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Went lunging for the slider away. He's quickly down 0-2. Braves have gone down in order twice in this game. Happened in the first, happened in the 7th. And they run the risk of that happening here in the 9th. Riley staring down Johnson. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. He swings and lines it out to third. Caught out of the air. Chest high by Alec Boehm. And the Braves go down in order in the 9th. So it'll be Iglesias when we come back. Braves are 3 outs away from a sweep in Philly. 4-2 Braves going to the bottom of the 9th. They've all seen him a ton. Stott 4 for 14 against him with 3 doubles. 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike. Count even 1-1. Austin Riley a step in at third base against the left-handed hitter. 1-1. Little floater into left field. Coming along White. He dives. He can't get there. Harris falls down and rolls behind the both of them. And it's a double by Stott. Great effort by Eli White, but he couldn't get there. And then as he landed, Michael Harris slipped. And the little floater to left field turns into 2 bases for Stott.
Boy, everything he could do but catch it for Eli White. Great effort. That runner at second base doesn't mean anything. Just the guy at the plate.
There's Rafael Marchand. And he swings and it's a fly ball to right center field. Acuna and Harris coming together. This will be Michael Harris's ball. Makes the catch, holding at second stop. And 1 down. I tell you, a lot of times when a player goes into a headfirst dive for a ball, more times than not, it's in front of their glove bouncing. That went over the top of his glove.
Yes, it did.
I mean, it went right by him. I mean, he did everything he needed to do. Like you said, everything but catch it. 1 down for Justin Crawford. He represents the tying run. Now the first pitch. Misses low inside of Crawford.
It's almost like Eli dove too soon for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was right there for it. Just went right over the top of the glove. 1-0 from Iglesias. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. This Philly lineup has been thoroughly frustrated all weekend and really for the last week and a half. And Iglesias trying to silence them and frustrate them one more time. 2-0 pitch. Fouled back down to our left, 2-1. Well, for obvious reasons, you don't want Crawford aboard as he represents the tying run, but if you're looking for another reason, his speed.
Yeah.
Another reason to keep him off the base paths. 2-1 pitch. In the air down the left field line, slicing foul. And a 2-2 count. Remember, Iglesias wasn't available last night, slept on his shoulder wrong, and it was a bit sore last night, but in there tonight. Set at the belt, 2-2. Swung on a fly ball down the left field line, slicing foul again.
He's getting some pretty good looks at him, Crawford.
Making good contact deep down the left field line, those last 2 fastballs. See if Iglesias wants to mix it up here. 2-2. Check swing, did not go after the changeup. Well, now an enormous pitch right here. Count runs full, runner at second, 1 down in the bottom of the 9th. Iglesias looking in. Here it comes. Low and inside, ball 4. Missed with a fastball. So now the tying run is at first, and the winning run comes to the plate in Trey Turner. Trey Turner is 5 for 10 with 3 homers in his career versus Raisel Iglesias. And this is why you're hoping for a 1-2-3 inning, not even have to worry about seeing Turner or Schwarber or Harper.
Exactly.
And on top of all that, even if you get the ground ball, Turner's such a tough one to double up. Turner's been on twice in the game, a single and a fielder's choice. 4-2 Braves in the 9th. First pitch swinging and missing right over the top of a sinker.
Got a good pitch to hit there and missed it.
Iglesias works quickly. Looking into Baldwin. 0-1. Swung on, missed again. That time to the changeup. And ahead 0-2. Strikeout will be enormous. He's fanned Turner twice in his career. Ahead 0-2. Here it comes. And he bounced it in front of the plate. Good knockdown by Baldwin.
Good thought there. He didn't want to make a mistake 0-2. Gripped that one a little bit too tight. Don't have to give in here either.
1-2 pitch. Got him swinging, strike 3. Went away with a fastball. And all that set up with those first 2 pitches as he quickly jumped on him to go up 0-2 and then finished him off with that fastball away. So 2 down, but here's one of the most dangerous bats in the National League in Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber 4 for 16 in his career versus Iglesias with 1 home run. First pitch to Schwarber, low and away.
The man on deck is the guy who has really put on some numbers against Iglesias. Don't want to see him.
All and no strikes. Pitch on the way to Schwarber. Lunge and a miss. Good change up there. Yeah, Harper on deck is 6 for 12 in his career with 4 homers versus Iglesias. So all these guys have put up some massive numbers versus Raisel. And Raisel trying to turn the tables on him.
And that was a great changeup he just threw Schwarber.
1-1 as he comes set. Righty deals. Bounced foul on the first base line, and he's got him down to their final strike. Iglesias just got Turner, and now trying to get Schwarber. Schwarber, the only source of their offense tonight, with a 2-run homer way back in the first inning. Iglesias looks in. Runners take their leads at first and second. And the 1-2 popped up, foul territory. Baldwin coming back. That'll reach the seats and out of play. And a 1-2 count. That was a fastball coming in at 94.
Yeah, right in on him, too.
Schwarber also with a double and a walk tonight. Dangerous left-handed hitter. Iglesias needs one more strike. 1-2 pitch, and he just missed outside. Couldn't get him to go after the changeup away, and the count level 2-2. Tying run at first, winning run at the plate. But Iglesias needs one more good bullet by the bat of Schwarber to win the game. 2-2. Fly ball to right field. Acuna back into his left. Throws up the glove. Ronald has got it! And that's the ball game. And for the first time in a decade, the Braves sweep the Phillies in Philadelphia in a series of 3 or more games. They did it with great pitching. They did it with amazing defense. And only fitting that the series ends on a terrific defensive play, that time by Ronald Acuna.
I couldn't tell, Ben. He's running into the message boards out there in right field, and he made a great catch. Looked like he was not going to get there, and of course he did.
Boy, the leather was something else this series. These guys had an answer for every single thing the Phillies threw at them the entire weekend. And the Braves have swept the Phillies. Braves have won 5 straight, and they are now 15-7 after this sweep in Philadelphia. For the Phillies in the 9th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. Final score, Braves 4, Phillies 2.